Teams from Hoover, Green, and Valley Forge meet on the Nordson Academic Challenge.
Welcome to the Nordson Academic Challenge. And now, here's your host from News 5, Rob Powers.
Yeah. All right, hi everybody, I am Rob Powers. Welcome to the 53rd season of the Nordson Academic Challenge. Again today, the challenge is quite simple. 3 local high school teams compete for points. By answering questions, we have science, math, science again, history, and other topics as well. Top 5 scoring teams this season will share in a total of $20,000 in grant money from Nordson. The top 3 will then be back in our studio for the championship finale, and that's where a grant of $6,000 is up for grabs. We start this morning where we start every Saturday with the lightning round. All 3 teams compete in this round. We award 10 points for a correct answer. We will subtract 10 points for an incorrect answer or no answer. Let's start every team with 100 points. Everybody set? Okay, 4-syllable answers. All your answers here must have exactly 4 syllables. Set? This is the capital city of Florida. Hoover.
Tallahassee.
That's correct. In 1861, this Russian czar freed the country's serfs. Green.
Alexander.
That is correct. This chemical element is a metal with symbol K. Hoover.
Potassium.
That is correct. Our 34th president was this Valley Forge.
Eisenhower.
That is correct. He wrote the Brothers Karamazov. Answer, Dostoevsky. This is Argentina's capital city. Hoover.
Buenos Aires.
That is correct. This is what the T stands for in MIT. Hoover.
Technology.
That is correct. Pioneers used this covered wagon named for a Pennsylvania site. Answer, Conestoga. The scientist Mendeleev developed this table at Valley Forge.
Periodic table?
That is correct. And for our final lightning round question, here's Michael Farragoto from the Cleveland Orchestra.
The Cleveland Orchestra is pleased to announce that starting on March 3rd, we'll be performing Mendelssohn's Symphony No. 5, which has what same name as the religious movement begun by Martin Luther?
Anybody going to take a jump here? Hoover?
Protestant.
Reformation. Reformation is the answer, but good round. That's the end of our opening round. We'll be back with more Nordson Academic Challenge right after this.
Nordson is honored to sponsor a program that celebrates academic excellence. We're a global industrial technology company with a long and proud history of giving back to the communities where we live and work. We donate 5% of our U.S. pre-tax profit to charity every year. Over the past 30 years, the Nordson Corporation Foundation has donated more than $100 million, and our employees have volunteered more than 100,000 hours. And now, we're pleased to support the legacy of Academic Challenge. Thank you all for watching, and the best of luck to all the participants.
Today's judge from Cuyahoga Community College, Lisa Dobransky. Lisa, great to see you again this morning. Thank you so much for being here. Let's jump back into our game. Welcome back to the Nordson Academic Challenge. We get back at it with hot picks. One at a time, I ask each team 8 questions. A correct response in this round is worth 20 points. There is no penalty here for a wrong answer. Any team answering all 8 questions correctly will receive 25 bonus points. Our first team this morning comes to us from Hoover, with over 1,500 students, ranked as one of the best high schools in the nation. Hoover offers a rigorous college prep program, plus a strong complement of academics, arts, athletics, and extracurriculars. Located in North Canton, Hoover offers 17 AP courses, 46 honors, 5 dual enrollment college-level courses. For your question, oh my goodness, you got a lot to do there. You're going to stay busy. For your questions, let's go to Aiden Green. 1, 2, 3, or 4?
2.
2. All right. Hoover, these questions just for you. All set? Here we go. Catch and release took on new meaning when a 100-year-old sturgeon measuring 6 feet 10 inches was caught and released in what river named for Michigan's largest city?
Detroit.
Detroit is correct. The collapse of the Honeymoon Bridge at Niagara Falls in 1938 led to the creation of a new bridge named for what colorful arc that often appears in the sky after storms?
Rainbow.
That is correct. To combat global warming, a massive project involving the planting of 250 million trees is now underway in what country where New Delhi is the capital?
India.
That is correct. Let's go to the monitor. Here is your science question. Which of these refers to the embryonic cavity of many of the multicellular animals?
Epicodal.
That'd be coelom, the top choice, coelom. Okay, we move on. From the 9th to the 11th century, Arab forces occupied what largest Mediterranean island located off the toe of Italy?
Sicily.
That is correct. A wintry night might be a cool time to read Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by what American poet with a chilly last name?
Frost.
That is correct. Back to the monitor. Here's your math question. What is the average of these two numbers? Answer?
4 minus X.
4. Simply 4. A long record as an anti-slavery activist and civil rights lawyer formed part of the resume of what man who became our 21st president? Answer?
McKinley.
Chester A. Arthur. All right, Hoover, way to go. So far, our second team this morning is from Green. Located in southern Summit County, Green offers a college prep program. It's been consistently rated as excellent by the state and recognized as one of America's top high schools. Offered to its students are dual enrollment, distance learning, post-secondary options, a variety of AP and honors classes, musical theater, mock trial, jazz, band, swimming, bowling, lacrosse, just a few of the extracurriculars offered in a technologically rich learning environment. All right, for your questions, we go to William from Valley Forge. William, we have envelopes 1, 3, or 4.
1, please.
1. Number 1. All right, Green, these questions are all yours. Set? Here we go. Rather than surfboards, locomotives were pictured on the 19th century paper money of what Pacific Islands, now a U.S. state?
Hawaii.
Hawaii is correct. King Henry II of England died heartbroken when he was faced with a rebellion led by what youngest son who later signed the Magna Carta?
John.
John is correct. Though they didn't tiptoe through the tulips there, the Pilgrims did go to what lowland country before sailing to America?
Netherlands.
That is correct. To the monitor, here's your science question. Which of these numbers is the approximate pH of a solution of acetic acid in water?
2.9.
2.9 is correct. Many international boundary lines are marked by rivers, but France is separated from Spain by what mountain range?
Pyrenees.
Pyrenees is correct. During the First World War, philosopher Bertrand Russell shared his London apartment with what American-born poet who later wrote The Wasteland?
T.S. Eliot.
That is correct. Back to the monitor. Here's your math question. To carpet a room that measures 9 feet by 12 feet, how many square yards of carpeting would be needed?
3 times 4.
Answer?
12 is 12.
12.
12 is correct, and that was big. This is for the bonus points. The first presidential election in which women could vote was won in 1920 by what Ohio Republican who became our 29th president?
Harding.
Harding is correct for the bonus points. All righty. Our third team comes to us this morning from Valley Forge. As one of 3 high schools in the Parma City School District, Valley Forge educates nearly 1,800 students. It offers over 20 AP and honors courses, along with varsity sports and activities as diverse as the Model United Nations and Boxing Club. There's a first. That's awful cool. All right, for your questions, Robbie from Hoover, we have envelopes 3 or 4?
We'll do 4.
4. All right, Valley Forge, it's all yours. Set? In addition to a state flower and bird, California has an official state fossil. What large saber-toothed animal?
Saber-tooth. Saber-tooth tiger. Saber-tooth tiger?
That is correct. Our Aleutian island of Atu is further west than part of what vast cold region of Russia?
Siberia. Siberia?
That is correct. The Pharaoh Ptolemy V is remembered today because he's described on what carved stone that was key to Egyptian hieroglyphics?
Rosetta.
That is correct. To the monitor, here's your science question. For a radio beam to travel to a planet that is 2 light years away and then bounce back to a radar dish on Earth should take how long? 4, 9, or 16 years?
4 years.
4 years is correct. If you hitched your wagon to a star named Betelgeuse, you'd be attached to what constellation, named for a mythical Greek hunter?
Orion.
That is correct. Among the animals of literary fiction is Rocinante, the horse ridden by what Spanish knight who titles a novel by Cervantes?
Don Quixote.
That is correct. Back to the monitor. Here's your math question. Solve for x if y equals 4. Answer?
121.
121 is correct. That was big. Here's your for the bonus points. A Spanish official helped bring about the Spanish-American War by calling what 25th U.S. president a weak, cheap politician?
McKinley.
That is correct for the bonus points. Way to go. What a round. Wow. We'll be back with more questions and more answers right after this. Alrighty, welcome back to the Nordson Academic Challenge. Before we start our next round, we're going to take a look at the scores where they stand right now. In third place with 230 points is the team from Hoover. In second place right now with 295 points, the team from Green. Leading the way thus far with 305 points, the team from Valley Forge. But hold on, time now to go head-to-head once again. This is the picture-perfect round. Each correct answer here is worth 10 points. For a wrong answer or no answer, we take away 10 points. Again, this is for all three teams. Hands on your buzzer, eyes on the big monitor. All set? Here we go. Here, you see what kind of bird, a symbol of peace? Valley Forge.
Dove.
Dove is correct. Elephants like these can be seen strolling along the back roads of what African country once you leave the capital of Gaborone? Hoover.
Botswana.
Botswana is correct. The Childe Hassam painting is titled The Headlands of what group of 6 northeastern U.S. states? Green.
New England.
That is correct. What is the least common denominator for these two fractions? Valley Forge.
24.
24 is correct. This young man is what German Kaiser? Green.
Kaiser Wilhelm II.
That is correct. The most important method of heat transfer in the atmosphere is which of these? Hoover.
Convection.
That is correct. This stream flows near the town of Maracaibo in what South American country where Caracas is capital? Hoover.
Venezuela.
That is correct. Although he is better associated with New York, we learned from this issue of Cleveland Magazine that what philanthropist and founder of Standard Oil is buried? Green.
No answer.
John D. Rockefeller is the answer there. That's all right, Green. That's the end of our round. It's still very tight. We'll be back with more Nordson Academic Challenge right after this. Alrighty, let's welcome the team advisors from Green. There's Michael Owen. From Hoover, there's Andrew Arnold. And from Valley Forge, we welcome Tim Boyda. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here. Thanks for everything you do for these kids behind us. Great stuff. All right, now it's time for our Mix It Up round. One at a time, I'll ask each team 6 questions. A correct response here is worth 20 points. No penalty here for a wrong answer. Any team answering all 6 questions correctly in this round receives 25 bonus points. North Canton, Hoover. All set? Just for you. Even without a telescope, you can find in this phrase the name of what planet second from the sun?
Venus.
Venus is correct. Which of these words best describes someone who is penitent?
Remorseful.
That is correct. To complete this quote from a philosopher, add the name of what animal, sometimes referred to as laughing?
Hyena.
That is correct. What same word fits both of these definitions?
Club.
Club is correct. Please arrange these geometric figures according to their number of sides, beginning with the one with the fewest sides.
Hexagon, octagon, dodecagon.
That is correct, and that was big. This is for the bonus points. This was the comment of Mrs. William Gladstone to her husband, a prime minister, during the long reign of what 19th century British queen?
Queen Victoria.
Queen Victoria is right for the bonus points. There you go, Hoover. All righty. Green, you're up now. All set? Here we go. You can shout hurrah if you find here hidden the name of what valley where George Washington and his men spent the cold winter of 1777 through 78.
Forge.
Valley Forge is correct. A person who has blundered has made which of these?
A big mistake.
A big mistake. To complete this quotation from one writer, add what number of years equal to 156 weeks?
Three.
3 is the answer. What same word fits both of these definitions?
Bark.
Bark is correct. These items were developed at different times. Please arrange them in chronological order, beginning with the earliest. Answer?
Telescope, transistor, X-ray tube.
Telescope, X-ray, transistor. Sorry about that. One more. President Bill Clinton said this when welcoming what first black president of South Africa, whose autobiography was titled Long Walk to Freedom?
Mandela.
That is correct. Way to go, Green. Nice round. All righty. And back to Valley Forge. All set? Here we go. You will be glad if you can find in this phrase the name of what large swamp located in southern Florida?
Everglades.
That is correct. Which of these 3 words best describes something that has been augmented?
Increased.
That is correct. In a most unusual statement, the Bishop of Norfolk once declared that God loved what part of speech used to modify adjectives and verbs?
Adverbs.
That's correct. What same word fits both of these definitions?
Jam.
Jam is correct. Here are 3 different measures of distance. Please arrange them in order, beginning with the shortest.
4,000 feet, 1 mile, 3 kilometers.
That is correct, and that was big. This is for the bonus points. An English soldier supposedly said this at the 1431 execution of what French girl who had led an army to victory at Orleans?
Joan of Arc.
Joan of Arc is correct for the bonus points. All right, heck of a round. That's the end of that round. But hold on. We'll be right back with our final and deciding grab bag round coming up right after this.
To stay up to date on everything academic, visit us online at news5cleveland.com/academic challenge and watch full episodes on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and other devices.
All righty, here we go. Welcome back to the Nordson Academic Challenge. Before we continue, we're going to recap the scores. We got a real good game going on this morning. We have a tie for second place with 405 points. Hoover, and also with 405 points, Green. Leading the way heading into our final round with 470 points, the team from Valley Forge. But again, anything can happen. It's time for the grab bag round. It's another free-for-all. Each correct answer here is worth 20 points. A team will lose 20 points for a wrong answer or no answer. We'll also have some visual questions here. They are worth 30 points. Be careful. If you get it wrong, it's going to cost you 30 points. Again, this is for all 3 teams. Hands on your buzzers, eyes on the monitor. All set? Let's do it. Although NASA tries to avoid slip-ups, Cape Canaveral is located near a Florida river named for what yellow fruit with a slippery peel? Valley Forge.
Banana.
That is correct. Americans are protected against wrongful imprisonment by what legal writ, whose 2-word Latin name means you have Hoover?
Habeas corpus.
That is correct. British Admiral Andrew Cunningham is credited with the successful World War II rescue of over 16,000 troops. Valley Forge.
Dunkirk.
Crete. Dissatisfied with his generals, Abraham Lincoln offered command of the Union Army to this man, what Italian revolutionary leader of the Red Shirts? Answer is Garibaldi. According to Arab myth, singing apples that could enable anyone to do anything were guarded by what kind of fire-breathing creature with Valley Forge?
Dragon.
Dragon is correct. How many hours must a 50-watt bulb burn to use up 1 kilowatt hour of electricity? Valley Forge.
1,000.
20 hours. 20 hours. During the War of 1812, a ban on clothing made in Britain was urged by what Kentucky statesman who later stitched together the Compromise of Hoover?
Henry Clay.
That is correct. This remark was made by what 18th century American artist whose portrait of George Washington is reproduced on the $1 bill? Answer is Gilbert Stuart. In the 1840s, an Associated Press reporter scooped his rivals by using what birds to transport late-breaking news to typesetters? Hoover.
A pigeon.
Pigeon is correct. Choice. Solar light that is diffusely reflected from a planet's surface back into space is called albedo, alkene, or corona?
Corona.
Albedo is the answer. All right, that's the final buzzer. We go right to the scoreboards. Oh my gosh, what a game. In third place this morning with 405 points is the team from Green. In second place with 445 points is the team from Hoover. And the winner of today's academic challenge with 470 points is the team from Valley Forge. The Patriots got it done today. Be sure to join us next time. We'll feature teams from Archbishop, Normandy, and Perry. I'm Rob Powers. We'll see you soon for another Nordson Academic Challenge.
This has been the Nordson Academic Challenge.